taking me in, because I don't know where I would be. You know, I'd probably be dead somewhere. You know, who knows? Dancing, it makes me feel happy. Like, it makes me feel, if I'm in a bad mood, dancing is key. Don't worry about nothing else. This is gonna steer you right. Just growing up, period. I always knew how to dance. I had rhythm. Started from
I
the chicken
found
noodle
this an
soup, you know,
amazing
all the trend
documentary.
dances.
It's a glimpse
Every day,
in
coming
a
from school,
girl's
doing ciphers, popping it up.
passion and hope for the future in a man's world.
I really liked this one because I see this as a very moving and touching story of how your passion for something, in this specific example, the passion for dancing, can be a means to overcoming struggles in your upbringing, such as gangs and poverty and discrimination. So it was a very powerful film. I really liked
I
it.
thought this was a really, really beautiful way to kind of blend more of like a documentary style and dance together, and the way that they, like, at first I didn't think that they were going to have any actual interviews, that it was just going to be like interviews that were overlaid over the dancing that they were doing. But then when they did have the little cuts of the clips of the interviews interwoven with it, it worked super well. And it just kind of went to show, like, it, for me, it showed the impact and the power of dance on not just a person, but like a style of dance, and how it can grow and evolve and where it can take people. And I thought that it was just such a beautiful way to kind of show those things.
Really loved this one. The storytelling kind of documentary aspect of it was great, because it felt, you started on the subway, and it's like when you're sitting there and you're seeing somebody dance or perform on the subway, you kind of want to know what's their story. And it really did bring you into that in a very raw and personable way. I liked feeling like the idea of them using dance as an escape from the struggles of their community, but then also using it as a joyous celebration of their community and what they've learned and what they've, the resilience of getting through it. And I just want to follow these dancers more.
Yeah, I mean, I really enjoyed this. I feel like this was such a complete, like, unified piece, just from like the way that it was shot to the music to like the choreography and like the setting. I really, really liked it, and it was super dynamic as well. I feel like it was, you know, it was shot so cinematically, just from like these like kind of like low sweeping shots. It makes everything feel like larger than life, and and it was cool. It felt like there was like a lot of variance, so it kind of makes the world feel more complete, if that makes sense. Like when you have like a lot of wides, and you go into like, you know, tight like close-ups and stuff, and this a lot of the time, like, people would just throw in dance videos, like throw the camera on like a gimbal and just kind of like roam around, which is cool. But this one, it felt much more, not to use cinematic again, but yeah.
I love the aesthetic of it. I love the shots, and I love how it was edited. I love how the footage was taken. I meant, and I love how we got to know the subjects, and I love how we got to know their perspectives and their lives. I also love the positive message it left behind. It was very inspiring, it's very creative, and it's very uplifting.
The sound mixer did a great job capturing the style of the crew and matching up to the narrative overall.
I thoroughly enjoyed this one. I thought everything about it was great. Just from the birth of this sort of style of dance, the history, the story of it, how it's affected these people like Mo the Dancer, and I mean, just the vibe and the visual quality of the whole short I thought were great. The setting, I mean, New York, you can almost never go wrong with setting a story like this in New York. And to that end, I think it's a much larger story. There's definitely a version of this that's like a feature film, maybe even a limited series, really, because I think the subject matter and the story of it is just, it's that appealing. Can definitely be expanded upon. but as a standalone short, it was still definitely worth checking out.
I did not want it to stop. I absolutely was captivated. Can't even say it. Captivated. This narrator, her voice, her story, the hero's journey. Just starting out, I just absolutely loved it, and I want to see it in a big feature film. And I want everyone who was in that to play the roles that they did. It was so incredible. The slow-mo dancing, the up and down, the sound of the speeding train, the shots were you just were in constant motion. You were traveling. You're sort of a fly on the wall. I got teary-eyed with the story and the odds and the determination of all these young people. I felt so inspired in the piano at the end and the vacant streets. I just so wanted this just to be the beginning. As you can tell, I just love this film. I loved it.
This film shows how important having arts is to a community, especially for the youth. It gives them a way to express themselves creatively and safely, and a way to escape from their reality, especially in neighborhoods where there is high crime. It's a way for them to avoid having to live a violent and dangerous street life that a lot of them can very easily get caught up in. The hero story is super inspiring. She's focused and she's determined, and she's taking action to make her life better through music, through dance. And she's not allowing her current circumstances to dictate how her future goes. And I just wish that people put more emphasis, put more importance on arts, because they truly, truly can save lives, as this film has shown us.